Good morning. Welcome back to the second part of LoveBabz LoveTalk. We are up early this morning, and guess who is in studio with us today? The New Haven Theater Company. Hey, y'all. Unmute yourselves. Let's get into this conversation.
Good morning.
To see you. Nice to see you, Jay Kevin. Nice to see you, Dina. Nice to see you, Sandra. Nice to see you, Ash.
Good morning.
You too, Babz.
All right, so y'all got a new production. Tell me about it. I want to hear about it because you know I'm fans of New Haven Theater.
All right. Dina, why don't you lead us off?
So a little by Steve Carl McCaslin is a imagined dinner party, unfortunately with no food, between literary giants right at the fall of Paris during World War II. So it's we're gonna get right into it at 7:10 in the morning. Gertrude Stein, Alice B. Toklas, Dorothy Parker, Lillian Hellman, Agatha Christie, who probably most people will be most familiar with, and a couple of special.
Oh, I know all those people because if you're a reader, you know.
Oh, good. Yes, we find our audiences are so smart that everyone's going to know who they are. So.
And so this is a dinner party. Then what happens? Like, I mean, if you got Dorothy Parker in the mix, some words are going to be flying back and forth, right? All right. So why'd y'all pick this play? What is it about this play, Jay, Kevin, that speaks to you? And then Sandra and Ash, tell me what your roles are. Are y'all directors? Are you actors? What's the connection this time?
Well, Babz, as we've talked about on your show before, we have a really unique and interesting way of choosing shows for our season when you compare it to other theaters. We are a collective ensemble. We get together over the summer. We decide unanimously what show we're going to do or what shows we're going to do. And it's typically presented by one of the company members who is going to be the director. They make a pitch to the other company members. They convince people or not that it's a show that's worth doing. And the company then votes on it. This was brought to us by company member John Strano, who joined us in 2022, right after COVID. And he has been passionate about this play for a long time. His vision of the play is that it is, one, very timely, because it is happening as fascism is marching across Europe in 1940. Hitler is in France and marching on Paris at the beginning of the play. Hitler is taking over other countries in Europe and expanding the German state. And at the same time, it's a story about immigrants and people trying to be safe and getting out of the reach of that regime. So it's difficult not to.
Oh no, we lost Jacob.
That's all right. He'll come back. So, there he is.
Okay, am I there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry about that, folks. Where was the last thing you heard?
I don't know, because I haven't had my 7th cup of coffee yet.
Well, I was talking about this having historical parallels. This play having parallels.
Immigrants. Fascism.
Right, and it's one of the things I had heard recently was a quote by Sarah Longwell of the Bulwark, who said that we're not talking about, when we talk about fascism, we're not talking about, and we talk about the 1930s, we're not talking about what the end was, right? We're talking about where it started. And so those parallels are parallels that we just need to be mindful of. So John pitched the play to us We had a company staged read, not a stage reading, but just a reading of the play by some folks who are in this cast. And the cast really liked the play, really supported it, and the company voted to do it. So that's how it came to be. It's got a long and winding road to get to March 5th. So
I love that, March is Women's History Month, and this play looks like it's all full of women.
It is.
And historical women at that. All right, so Sandra, what's your role? What are you doing with this play?
I play Lillian Hellman.
Ooh.
Lillian Hellman was a screenwriter. She was a dramaturg. She was from the South. Like, her mom was from Louisiana, and she traveled the world. She got married. She was married twice. She was a lot of her plays were on Broadway. A lot of her plays were controversial at the time. One of her most famous works was The Children's Hour, and on Broadway,
yes,
it was about how this student was falsely accusing teachers of lesbianism, and she even wrote the screenplay for an adaptation for the TV. Of course, they had to change the lesbianism bit, but
back then,
and she was very political. She was an activist. She was some describe her as difficult. She's outspoken, and she was a bit of a cynic as well.
And Ash, what's your role? I can't hear her. Do you have
nope.
You might be muted. All right. Well, we'll keep the train moving. I don't.
Totally.
Can we hear her? No, we can't hear her. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. So go ahead. What are the dates for this play?
The play opens on March the 5th, and we run Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for 3 weekends in March. So the dates are 5th, 6th, 7th, the 12th, 13th, and 14th, and the 19th, 20th, and 21st of March.
Dina, are you in the play too? Or are you just?
I am.
So who are you playing?
I'm playing Gertrude Steinbeck.
Well, of course you are.
Sorry.
Tell me, Dina and Sandra, when you play historical women and you have to these women are storied women.
Yes.
When you play them, do you have to what's the work in trying to capture the essence of women that we know who have lived, who have had big lives? How do you bring a freshness to them being a part of this particular play, this story? There you go, Ash. Unmute yourself.
Oh.
Still no.
So just to clarify, Ash plays Alice B. Cokless.
Okay.
Gertrude Stein's partner.
My producer said, Ash, choose a different audio source if you can. So Sandra, talk to me about playing historical women.
Well, so you do your research, you do the background, you see who this woman was. I personally was obsessed with The Lost Generation, which is the time in Paris when all of these American artists were going to Paris, and they were convening at Gertrude Stein's house. So I already had a background about that time. So you do your research, and then you read the play, and sometimes you can't reconcile real life with the play, and so you have to find the middle ground in there, because some things in real life that might not make sense in the play. But the essence of the character, I think I was cast pretty well, because I am a little bit of an impossible, not impossible, just argumentative. I'm a lawyer actually in real life, so I'm combative, and it wasn't really hard to find Lillian in there for me.
It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard.
It wasn't hard.
I like that. So, what are they do? Like, what do you want the audience to take away from seeing these women gather at this particular time? Like, what is the idea?
Hmm. I mean, I think to speak to what Jacob was saying, and what Sandra was saying, we've had so many conversations about this because it was hard to reconcile some of the realities of these people and then how they're presented in the show, right? So it's a balancing act of playing to the character that is written, but also knowing from doing research the realities of this person. But I mean, I think people do understand that people are not perfect. And in times of crisis, people make choices. And I think these women all make choices in the show. They made choices in reality. Um, and it is interesting. It's also about personal responsibility in times like this, like kind of
Mm.
the things that we're all thinking about now and um, how we are living our lives and how we are like showing up for our communities and how we're showing up, locally, nationally, like however you want to slice it.
So, are you saying, Dina, that these women in this particular play are not playing nice? Like, there's a tension there. There is a
Yes. Oh, absolutely. They have conflicting ideas about how, and again, just like now, they have very conflicting ideas of how involved you should be, how much you should push back, how much you're able to push back, right? Like, the questions again that we all have now of like what can one person do, right?
Mhm.
So
Wow.
that question comes up. Yeah, it's
But they
heavy.
also come to that conflict with their own artistic conflicts, right? Their own conflicts as writers and artists,
Right.
um, where they have been in contact with each other and have had some issues in the past. So
Yes.
there's that.
So Sandra, did anything surprise you? Like when you were going through this play, did anything say, you know what, I would not have carried on this way. I would have had a different voice about this. Like, did anything aha you?
Well, yeah, because sometimes I don't like Lillian Hellman, and I'm in rehearsal thinking, oh, I'm the antagonist in this section right here. I don't know if that's a that's a feeling that you have to contend with, but I think the overall effect or the message that I am trying to communicate here in this play and to our audience is that really that really hard question that all of us have to face at one point or another as adults with regard to global politics and what's going on in locally is what are you going to do about it, and what is the choice that you're going to make, and the ability to communicate within this group of women that have a lot of very strong ideas. How are we going to communicate with each other in a way that is effective and is we're getting through to each other, and it reflects really what's happening right now in the real world. I mean, all of us have had conversations with our friends and family about what's going on. All of us know people that are just like, well, I really don't know what's going on, or other people who are like, what are you doing about it? And that's the passion that I have for this play.
So Kevin, this is what you mean by very timely? Like we will see, inferences from the 1940s to 2026. Like we will see it. It'll bite us. It'll make us go, hmm.
I think that if you don't see reflections of today in the story that's being told, you haven't been paying attention.
Bingo.
Wow. Pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. All right. So you got all these women on this stage being themselves, push and pull. What did you all like about this play? Like, what did you say, you know what, this is something I could sink my teeth in? Dina?
It's really dynamic, and I think one of the things that John will say is that he wanted to showcase the the women of our company. So he really likes this piece because he's seen all of us in something, and he wanted to do the show because we can all have our piece, right? When we read it, it was because again, I read it the first time he proposed it because he had proposed it last season, and I was like, I don't know, because it's also like a larger production than we're accustomed to. There's like we usually do like 2-3-handers. So having 7 people on stage is a lot. The set is a lot. There's a lot of props. Jacob has been like almost single-handedly bringing them all in. So it was just like a big lift for us. So that was also an apprehension about it. But then when John was like, "Well, let's get everyone in a room together and we'll see how it sounds," it was great. It was like we had really good energy. Again, it's been, to Sandra's point, it's been really tough because we've had to reconcile a lot of our feelings about what we've learned about these people and how they are portrayed in the show, because it is fiction, right? Like it's taken from reality and from their real lives. Like Steve McCaslin's done his research, but there's some stuff that and there is just so anyone knows, content warning. There is what are we saying, Jacob? What are you saying on the posters?
Oh, I can actually read it.
Yeah.
Out to
content warning as far as sexual abuse. So that's something we want people to be aware of when they come into this, because that is a really large, large piece of this. So that's kind of not something that drew me to it, but I think that adds to, it's women's stories, right? Like, unfortunately, everyone knows someone. And that's just, it's interesting to see how they handle that as well. So
Dina, the disclaimer says that the play contains graphic discussions of mature content and may not be suitable for all audiences. And there are a number of graphic content that is discussed in the play across a lot of dimensions. Not a lot of dimensions, but across several dimensions. So
and also it's not only like this, like it's in this political, wrapper, right? But then inside you have women's issues. Like you have women's issues that from the beginning of time, relationships, traumas, addictions. You've got it all. It's all in there, wrapped up in this, political thing.
Wow. And how long is this play? Because this is a lot of weight.
Well, we're at an hour and a half.
Wow. You packed all of this in an hour. I can't wait to see an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I was telling people earlier, I was like, listen, go to their website, get your tickets, because they sell out all the time. Like you all sell out in record time. I think you already got some sold out dates. So, I tell people, go, if you don't know where it is, it's on Chapel Street behind the English Market. You got to go through the English Market to get to it. It's a black box theater. It seats about what, 30, 35?
42.
42. All right. 42 folks can get in there. It's a wonderful, I've seen several of your productions and I've been blown away by each and every one of them. So to take this historical piece and plop it down in the middle of 2026, I can't wait to see this. It sounds so timely, Dina.
Yeah, it really is. And again, for better or worse, and sometimes it's cathartic, because being, in a room with like-minded people, it's one of the reasons that I do theater, is because we get to unpack these things, even if it doesn't directly affect you. It's probably something that's like swirling around in the world, but so it is. We've all noticed it's also a little exhausting, in a way that I don't think any of us were like fully prepared for. That at the end of the night, actually, Jodie, who plays Dorothy Parker, has had us do an exercise where we kind of put everything in a box at the end and we leave it there so you don't take it with you. And I know that might sound kind of silly to some people, but I think it's helpful. She wasn't there last night, so we didn't do it. So
we didn't, yeah.
We didn't do it, but it's been so amazing to work with this group of women, because everyone is so understanding and understands that everyone approaches it differently and has different backgrounds with maybe some of these issues, and everyone's been understanding about what it takes for people to get to where they need to be. And it's hard. It's even harder because this isn't our job, right? This is our hobby.
Right.
So it's like we go to work and then we do this on the side.
That's the life of a working actor. So
Yeah.
I'm so glad that y'all got up early this morning to talk about this particular play. No worries, Ash. We're
It's
gonna come
okay,
see
Ash.
you anyway. We're gonna come see you and cheer for you and all that. So I'm sorry that you didn't get to add your voice to the conversation this morning. But
And
thank
Babz,
y'all for getting up early this morning. Go ahead, Jay Kevin.
one last thing. We've talked a lot about the serious themes of the play, but I want to point out to everybody too, it's a funny play.
I'm glad to hear that.
There's some funny things going on in the play, so come prepared to laugh as well, because these women who never got into a room and had a cocktail party together like they had. There are some very fun dialogue and fun scenes in the play.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And so it's the debut is when?
March 5th, coming up next Thursday, week from today.
Thursday. And tell everybody when the play runs again.
It's March the 5th, 6th, and 7th, the 11th, 12th, and 5th, 6th, and 7th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 19th, 20th, and 21st. We're running 3 weekends this year for the first time because, as you had said yourself, we've been selling out for the last couple of seasons. And so we decided to extend for an additional weekend. So we run Thursday through Saturday, beginning March 5th.
Wow.
All those are
That's a
at
testament.
7:30 this time too.
7:30, yes.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Well, I'm going to try to be in the audience for some. Sandra,
All right.
I'm in law school, so haha.
Ooh.
So,
My condolences.
yes, thank you. And I need them. I feel them. Thank you. So, well, I can't wait to see this play. Y'all do fantastic work. And I'm delighted to see a women-centered play in the middle of March for Women's History Month, which I'm sure that was not part of the thinking. It just probably happened that way. But I love that it feels intentional. And to see this cast of characters come to life will be a real thrill. So thank you for coming
Thank
on
you
this morning.
for having us.
Getting
Thanks
up
so much,
early.
Babz.
Oh, my pleasure. So let me go to the website. What's the website, Jay Kevin, so people can get their tickets?
NewHavenTheaterCompany.com. Theater spelled with the ER.
Get your tickets, people, and don't call me when you can't get them, because I don't work for them. I don't have any say over there, because people will call me. It's booked. I was like, so good luck. Thank y'all.
You.
Babz. Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of your day.
You
Getting
too.
up early. Thank you, Harry. I'll be back on Monday. I'll see everybody. I'll see folks on Monday. In the meantime, get to the theater. See this play. It's coming up. You won't be disappointed. We'll talk again.
We'll keep